So our EVA to repair the XMDM, or external multiplexer-demultiplexer, will begin as we always do at the Quest airlock. As you can see here in the center of the photo, we egress through the airlock at the nadir hatch. EV1 will exit the airlock first. That'll be Rick coming out first, and Steve will follow him out. Between the two of them, they'll manage the hardware that they're bringing out. We're showing several bags here, but what we really boiled down to now is just the one ORU bag containing the MDM that will translate to the work site. They're going to carry all their other tools on their persons. They'll translate up the CETA spur, up to the handrail, up to the S0 face 1, and work along the CETA handrail. Face 1 is where the mobile transporter that holds the SSRMS is normally parked right over the top of these MDMs. We've moved that out of the way, and it's at worksite 2 now. They'll be getting into position, stowing the bag that's got the ORU in it, stowing any other tools that they bring with them that they want to have handy. And then Rick will get into position in a heads down position in front of the MDM. There's the MDM right there, and we're going to, rather than show him over the top of the box, we'll leave him out of the way for the purposes of this video. When they get to the work site, they're going to look around and see if they can find any damage. If it's daylight, we'll take some photos. If it's darkness, we'll go ahead and proceed to get the work done. Rick will get into position and remove the handling tool, or the scoop. We call that a scoop because it looks like an ice cream scoop. He'll remove that, and then he will drive the 3 bolts that are on the front of the MDM. I've got the MDM here in the room, and I'll show you that when we're completed with the video. Steve will be standing by and helping him out with access to any of the tools that he needs, taking anything away from him and stowing it. Here we have him just handling the scoop to give you an idea of how he would be moving things around. So the scoop gets installed on the front of the box. We've decided to bring it out installed on the front of the ORU bag, and we'll install it here onto the failed unit. We have to drive the bolts first before we install the scoop, and so it'll be ready to pull right on out as soon as we drive those bolts. We'll temp stow it out of the way, and we picked a nice safe spot that we'll most likely use down inside the truss. We'll tie it off to a handrail there so it's out of the way while we do the work with the new box. There'll be an inspection of the cold plate and the bracket that holds the blind mate connectors, which I'll be showing you in more detail afterwards. And then they'll access the new MDM out of the ORU bag. Steve will help out as needed to hand that off to Rick. They'll be inspecting both the new ORU and the cold plate one last time before they slide the two together. Again, it's got 3 bolts, so we'll just install the center jacking bolt first and then use the other 2 tie-down bolts to hold it in place. If we should have any trouble with either of the outside bolts that hold it in place, we'll be good to go with just the center jacking bolt. That just provides some extra security to the box. Then we take the scoop off of the new ORU, stow it for return to the airlock, and then pack up all of our tools, pack up the ORU bag, and do some final inspections. If we haven't had daylight when we first come out, we'll take the photos at the end of the work, and then pack up everything and come inside. I'm sorry, we have to pack up the ORU, the failed ORU goes back into the ORU bag before we can come back to the airlock with it. So grab the bags and head back inside. We follow the same translation path that we come out to the work site on to return back down to the airlock. So you can see it's a pretty simple EVA in terms of the overall work that we have to do. It's just coming out to the airlock, driving 3 bolts to remove the failed unit, removing it, temp stowing it, and then installing the new one. Very straightforward. At the end of the EVA, they'll come back inside, and we'll be done.